welcome back to the Hermitcraft FTB server. Today is kind of shaping up to be one of those days. And I say that because the scene you see before you here, as you can tell, I had started to do something of a build. Started to build a spawn house. And this is the shape it was in as of sometime a day or two ago. I forget exactly. Well, with the exception of the wheat over there, and I'll get to that. And yesterday I had a particularly bad day. The details of which I don't need to go into, other than the fact that it included getting my car wrecked. Not totally or anything like that, but it was bad enough. And so I got on here yesterday afternoon, and I decided I was going to work on this house. Sort of a therapy kind of thing. I wasn't recording or anything. I was just doing something to take my mind off the crap. And so I worked on the place. And I got a good bunch of stuff done. And as a matter of fact, I probably got it about, well, I'm going to say 3/4 of the way finished. I was really happy with the way it was starting to shape up. And then, well, one of the things that had to happen yesterday is the server had to be moved to another data center. And there was plenty of good reason for it. It really did need to be done. But in the process of that, on the part of the hosting company, there was apparently some kind of a screw-up somewhere that caused the server to keep crashing, and it also caused a lot of corrupted chunks to happen. And given that the problem was finally fixed so that it won't happen anymore, the server had to be rolled back to the most recent backup. The most recent backup undid all of my work. And so, I'm getting geared up to do it all over again. And, well, let's see. In here, I've put in a second furnace to kind of speed up the process of cooking up all that stone that I'm going to need, and of cooking up the sand that I'm going to need for glass. I'm macerating cobble to get sand, because it's easier than chasing around, finding a desert and digging and digging and digging and burning up a whole shovel. It's easier in a way. And so I'm working on all of that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a new force sword with looting 4 or 5 or however much I can put on it, because my force infuser here, I got this up to tier 7, which is maxed out, which means I can put quite a bit on something. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to make up a new set of force armor. Actually, I'm going to take this and drop it down there and hit it with the force rod to remove the stuff that's on it right now. Because while speed, sturdy, and heat is fine, I do not in the least like the way wing operates. Because, I don't know, it just doesn't compare to having a proper jetpack. So I'm not going to use it. I'm going to remove it from the armor and redo it completely. And while I'm at it, I'm going to make up a new force sword with luck on it. As much of that as I can in order to get looting 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or whatever I can manage. And that's what I need the wheat for, is so that I can make the cookies that is necessary in order to get the fortune things to put on there to get luck. It's a little bit BS, but what the heck, I'll do it. It'll work. And with that sword and a bow similarly equipped, I'm going to go hunting for, well, maybe another tool similar, like an axe or something that has a similar equip on it. I'm going to go hunting for cactus because I need cactus green dye. I didn't need it for the stuff that I had done already, but I'm going to need it anyway, so I might as well go looking for it. I need to find a desert with cactus in it so I can get the cactus green. I need to find and kill a whole crap ton of skeletons because I need a lot of white dye. And then I have to go farming squid because I need the ink sacs, not only as dye for this project, but I'm going to want to get going on Mistcraft very soon, and for Mistcraft you need a royal butt ton of ink. And so I'm going to probably have to farm up a couple of stacks of ink sacs. I figure at least that much, probably more. And so between that and cooking up all of the stone so that I can make the stone bricks that are necessary, that's gonna take a while. Because the stone brick is all... Oh, wait a minute, let me get the sand. Stone brick is necessary because of the material I decided to use in building the house. So you take stone brick and force nuggets. I'll go ahead and make up some stone brick here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, there's some stone brick. And you do this with the stone brick, you put force nuggets in the middle, and what you get is yellow force brick. Yellow force brick can be made to, well, can be made to any of 16 colors with the addition of dyes in the middle like that. And so, I'm making up a lot of force brick. I'm going to need to collect a lot of material for dyes so that I can dye it the various colors I need. I'm using force brick because it looks cool and because mobs don't spawn on it. It's spawn proof. So I figured that's a great stuff to build your house out of. And so that's what I'm working on doing. It's kind of a shame that the place was undone by the need to restore to a backup, but you know, that can't be helped. I understand that. It has to happen. It's something of a pain. Holy crap. I didn't want it to grab all of that stuff that wasn't done. Jeez. Now it just wasted a bunch of this stuff. Okay, I guess I won't do it that way until I have a full field that is entirely ready to harvest instead of just a few pieces here and there. You see, this is the sort of problem I've been having lately. Every little thing has got 9 different reasons to go wrong. And it's a lot of little things, but they're starting to add up pretty tall. Let me tell you. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be spending a major chunk of the day doing. And coming up with 3 or 4 stacks of bones is going to be a lot of fun because, well, I don't know where there is a skeleton spawner just yet. Going to have to see if I can find one, bring along force wrench and grab that sucker and build a trap and put the thing in there, so on. Hopefully I can find something and manage to get to it to force wrench the thing without getting killed in the process, because, you know, these dinner bone skeletons don't ever miss. You know, I'm normally not a hateful person, but Dinnerbone, I hate you for this. I hate you for those skeletons. Just another thing in the great big pile that's getting deeper and deeper and deeper by the minute. In any event, I'm going to shut up before this turns into a raging rant and get about the business of doing all that stuff I was just talking about. All right, it's taken me a good hour or so real time to get everything ready. And what I've got here, I've got the force armor. The cap and tunic, I don't even know why I'm bothering to bring that with me, because I don't plan on using it. Instead, I've got the solar helmet and the electric jetpack. And yes, I am aware that you can use a feather to put wing on the force armor, but I've tried that, and I very much dislike the way that it works, and I'm not going to use it. I've got the light pants with speed and sturdy on them. Those like 3 sugar and a bunch of obsidian, and of course a energy crystal for charging. And light boots with the same treatment, and these guys have the same treatment on them as well. I have made up a force bow, and I used an ender pearl to turn it into an ender bow, and I've given it luck 4 and power 3. An ender sword with knockback 2 and looting 4. And the ender part of it is basically if I go like so and I shift right click, it teleports me. Which is all fine and dandy, although it does take a little bit of durability off for doing that. And let's see, with this feature ender on a bow, teleports the target to a random location. That could be interesting. I may end up regretting putting that on there, but I've got it on there. I've got 9 arrows. I've got some flint and sticks for making more. I've got a generator and a stack of coal for recharging the jetpack if the solar thing proves to not be quick enough. I also have a secondary force sword with knockback 2 and looting 4 on it. I've got a force wrench in case I find any spawners or anything like that, or chests or whatever that I want to just grab, and so on. And so, I'm going to head off. Let's see. Yeah, let's head off to the west. That's a decent start. The one thing I like about the speed on the force armor is that it makes the jetpack fly a lot faster. So, that's good. But with the way the wing function seems to work is that you get a limited amount of fly time, and then it cuts out. And even if you're wearing a jetpack, it still wants to cut out, and if it starts cutting out, you hit space to turn the jetpack on, nothing happens, and you continue going down. I don't care for that, so I'm not going to use it. Just going to kind of hop along here, wait for the world to load every now and then, and see what I can come up with. And yeah, I'm going to have to kill a whole bunch of these squid. And I'll get to that. But right now, I'm looking for cactus, I'm looking for skeletons, and so on. And I think for the most part, I'm going to just kind of cruise around and do this thing. And try to come up with some stuff. And just kind of take my time at it. Considering it to be something to do to take my mind off of assorted mountains of BS that are going on in real life that I don't particularly wish to deal with. And so I'm going to do this to escape from it. And I'll check in later if I find something or just to make a progress report. Alright, I've just had an encounter that showed me something that I don't particularly care for. I ran into a skeleton, and I've been looking for skeletons because bones is one of the things I want to gather a lot of. And so I got out my trusty brand new force bow, and I went and right clicked and nothing happened. Now left clicking, it'll do that, but that's not what you want a bow for. This thing did not fire, despite the fact that I have arrows. In fact, now I've got even more arrows because I found some chickens, and this sword got me a lot of feathers. So I made up over a stack of arrows. But you can see I'm trying to fire this bow right now, and it's not working. So if anybody knows anything about why the force bow will not work, I tried to look it up on the wiki, but the page for the force bow has no information on it. Literally nothing. It's a blank page. So I'm going to go ahead and make up a real bow, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to chuck it because it doesn't work. Alright, after about an hour of cruising around, seeing more biomes than I've ever seen before in one day and so on, I finally found something over that way that looks like it might want to be desert. Or at least desert-like enough that it might have cactus in it. But in the process, I managed to find a jungle temple. So I figured, why not head inside, have a look, and see what goodies it holds. Let's light it up as we go, of course. And let's block the entryway so that no uninvited guests will come in. Yes. And that means there should now be an opening somewhere, if the sequence is right. Oh, well, let's see what's over here. Tripwire. Dispenser with arrows in it. I'll take those. Get out of the way, break that. Okay, we have a tear, claw, knowledge fragment, and some gold. Another arrow trap. Alright, I'll ditch the stick for that. And we can lose the string, we can lose the stairs, we can lose the dot of redstone. I'd rather have the arrows. Now that's disabled finally. Ah, I didn't see the second string thing. Now, about this thing, there's supposed to be an opening right about there after you hit the levers in the right sequence. There it is. And there's a chest. More claws, I'll take those. A bronze chest plate and a force mitts I don't even want. Alright. I'll go ahead and leave that open. I even mark it so that anybody that comes by here can have it. And I'm heading over to this place that looks like it wants to be desert. Hopefully there will be some cactus out here, although it's not looking good so far. Plain old ordinary vanilla cactus. There are other things that produce greenish type dye and whatnot, but I have discovered that they don't work with the force bricks. They might work with other things, but force bricks does not recognize anything but cactus green as a dye for green. And And I think this is turning out to not be desert. It is dunes, of course. So, I'm going to fly around the perimeter of this place and see what I can find, and then continue on in my quest to find cactus. What is this? Okay, that's interesting. Gravel that a diamond shovel can't break. I gotta say, that's new. What's the biome? Crag. Alright. Can a pick break it? Alright. Crag rock. Even though it looks and sounds like gravel. Oops. Watch where you're going. It's impressive looking, I'll say that, and very tall. And it appears to go on and on. Alright, now to the south, this way, there is apparently more wintry, cold type stuff. And I'm at the maximum height that my jetpack can get me to. Yeah. Over this way looks something greener. I'm going to have to set down and recharge jetpack again real soon anyway. Yeah. And this is Glacier. At least with Glacier, it does have the advantage of being able to find a high peak to perch on and rest while recharging. And here we've got trees to charge up in this bayou. How about that? Alright, I'm going to recharge my jetpack and continue my search. And hopefully, somewhere along the line, I will find desert or something that actually has cactus in it. Alright, I have pretty much given up and I'm on my way back, but along the way I have discovered these two greatwood trees, and you see the spider webs in them. That means that there is a spawner and a chest under each one. Got my force wrench out, and I'm going to bing the chest and the spawner. Alright. Now there's another one over here. And let's get that one. Alright, let's get rid of something here. Alright. Now, I'm going to take a position up on top of one of these jungle trees up here and have a look to see what's in these chests. The spawners, obviously, they are cave spider. I don't need to worry about that. Let's see what kind of goodies were in these chests. Redstone, some rubies, wheat. Okay, fine. Let's use one of these things to hold some of these goodies. Clearing some room. Now let's pop this one down. A safari net, some cocoa beans, gunpowder, wheat, bucket, no big deal. Okay, so break that one down. break this one down, and I'll just take these things back home with me. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, is heading back. I've gone out about as far as I want to. I'm going to end up seeing if I can't figure out enough about the latest changes in Mistcraft to come up with a Mistcraft Desert Age or something, and see what I can find that way, because I'm not finding it in the overworld, and I've already gone as far away from spawn as I have ever any intention to do. So I'm heading back home. We'll see you there. Alright, just arrived back home, so let's pop these chests down. There's that one, and this one, and there's this one here, which was another one that I found. Well, the third one was one that I had set up because my inventory was full. So I've got all that crap, and we've got all of this crap. We've got 11 bones. Ooh, what do we get for 11 bones? Well, that'll do a little bit, but I'm going to need a whole lot more bone meal than that. So I guess what I'm going to do is find some spot that's nice and dark and has spawning capability, and I'm going to see if I can't take down a few dozen or a few hundred skeletons and come up with the bones I need without getting myself killed in the process. And then I'm going to start working on that structure up there again. And yes, I'm going to keep working on it off camera for right now, because I want to take my time with it, and if I did the whole thing on camera, it would be a week's worth of episodes. In any event, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.